man speaking to me, just speaking to the mic.
Apology.
Yeah.
Right. So what do you want to locks?
I don't know. I just like to. I just always used to get my hair cut, and I like always viewing my hair cut.
You was in the army?
No.
All your life, you decided.
My mother used to cap. My mother used to cap me get my hair cut like every 2 weeks. Before she had some of the fellas at she workplace used to cut my hair for free. Mm-hmm. Then she started carrying me to the barbershop.
So at no point in your life you never had no dye phase, no more hot phase.
Nah, well, I had one summer. I think 2009 summer. Many years ago. I grew up my hair for like 5 months. It was real long. Mm-hmm. I'm flat on end like you, but yeah, I ain't like the big long hair on my head, man.
My mother was a straight woman, so the first time I got like a design in my head, I will never forget. It was in 2011, the summer, and it was a star. Mm-hmm. And like, you know how they met these shooting star, like yeah. And then from there they gone clear. They don't ever feel like you know, like the parents once you break that barrier, like, once you do that thing that they never let you do, from there it's just be. Yeah.
It's true. And they don't call you back.
They don't call you exactly.
But no, my mother, my mother called me back. When I was 12 years old, right? I got my ear pierced. You see me wearing earrings?
Yeah.
You see me wearing earrings?
Once a blue moon.
Exactly. Because the lady is strictly against me getting my other ear pierced, you know. Mm-hmm. They only got one ear pierced.
So what made you get ear pierced?
Because at that time, men used to just get one.
Right.
All the fellas out here, men from school.
It was almost weird.
It was the style to get one in your left ear and go on.
It was almost weird to get two. I remember.
Yeah, like it was almost like you got two. Like that wasn't the style yet. You know, fashion is changing, whatever. So I get one. My mother was like, "Yeah, I could get whatever." I pester.
Oh, you get permission?
Yeah, I pestered she for months, you know, to get this thing. Cause we went by cousin, might be like family friend in St. Philip, and I see my brother. You know, he's my age. Man, I got both ears pierced. I was like, "Mommy, like." My mom got ears pierced, like, you know what I mean? Like, sort me out. So the February, you know, I went and get my ears pierced. It was 2006. I was still 12 years old. How old you did at that time? You did 8.
You mean you was 12?
Yeah.
What year you was 12?
I was born in 93. I was 12. This was 2006 though. This is February 06.
In 2006, I was probably in class.
You was 7 years old. You was 7 years old.
I was in class 1.
Yes, and you did a little man. And I did big man in secondary school and thing. And my mother tell me, yeah, you could get one ear pierced. And since then, I keep telling she I want to get the other one. No.
But then you's a big man.
But that's the thing. Everybody be like, man, you's a big man. You could go get your ear pierced. But I used to be like, you got to honor your father and your mother so your days will be long. And I would like to live as long as possible. And it's just an earring. I mean, I quite good looking without it, if I to say so myself. But the point is, I would like to get pierced so that if I want a day to wear earrings, you know, I could just put them in. Obviously, you're hearing the airplanes going over because the Roots Jungle is very close to the airport, which is very advantageous to me because I'm very late all the time when I have to travel and whatnot. But yeah, man, so I don't know when I get my ear pierced. So if you see me out with one earring, you know the story behind that.
As man, I can't get my ears pierced apparently.
What is that?
I don't know, something with the flesh, type of skin I got if I get my ears pierced, blah blah blah. So I think like I want to say like 4 years ago. No, 2015. Maybe they just finished school. Me and my friend. He eventually got his ears pierced. By the time my parents wasn't both that way. And we went in, what's that, the Costa Mall?
Yeah, or Norman Saint. I went Norman Saint. I
went the Costa Mall.
The Costa Mall further down by
it was
Little Switzerland.
It was a Christmas thing. And we went buy these mics.
Oh, magnet earrings. Yeah, I have my days of magnet earrings too.
We went buy these mics and we taking pictures in them and thing, boy. I can tell you. I tell myself, yeah, boy, these are good. I never keep a pair of magnet earrings in my life. Man, cause say you on the bus.
Yeah.
And you get out. I say, man, my earring? Like for my birthday the other day, I tell myself, man, I can wear some earrings. I went the same place. Funny enough, the people still keep selling the same things. And I would buy magnet earrings. The woman like I made a little strange though. I was like, mics. But I think they cost like $5 and I put them on. for my birthday or something like that. I lost and seeing like I remember I was in a bar, a restaurant or a bar, and it was there, and I fell. One of them came off and watched me there, and looking like grown. And it was not like if I'm a girly. Yeah, I told myself, yeah, this can't happen to me again. Done with that. Like, it's either you can't be half your crew. It's either you got them or you don't, and I can't get them. So,
boy. But yeah, magnets. You're going sleep in them. You wake up. You find, and you always find the back piece. You never find the actual earring. You always find that back piece. You just put the back there.
And what we used to try to do, because you know the magnet is be just this one little silver disc or whatever. I used to only wear one, so you used to double up. You used to get the other one.
Make a stronger magnet. Yeah.
That one used to last me about 2 hours. Right.
But honestly, the hard times too, where like you would keep them on too long and they would start to like, squeeze your ear. So there was no in between with the magnet earrings, but I had their days for you. And you tell us, yo, man, I look real good with these here. I should go and get my.
But for me, it was always just lucky because I know, like, boy, this, you know, fake it till you make it. All they could do is fake it.
So, what's your stance on tattoos?
I was just gonna ask you that.
I'm the interviewer here, sir.
Apologies, moderator.
It's King Roots Jungle, not Akeel Jungle.
I know I never had an urge to get a tattoo. Grew up a little conservative too, so like tattoo was never like a thing you used to see. Yeah. But as I got older, I don't know, I consider it, but I covered the last 2 tattoo fests we had.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
And every time the guy said, you know, you could get a tattoo, and I was like, because here's the thing. It's either I can get a tattoo. If I get a tattoo and get enough tattoos, or I can never get any at all. It's either I can get all in with it or not. I'm not going to be a person that, you just get a little mark here, a little sling and whatever. And, If I get tattoos, I can be wash
your sleeve and that sort of thing.
Honestly, man, it's nothing that ever interests me or attract me. Like, getting tattoos, like, I don't know. Call me simplistic, but I feel like there's something almost cooler about just like being plain, like having nothing. Yeah,
I think so too.
Yeah, there's something cool about it. Like, I ain't got, and also, I look at, I know from watching movies, I look at how people identify people, or like every time someone wants to find you, or if that's the person or whatever, it's like on
distinguishing marks.
If
you see all the police bulletins where they said no distinguishable marks.
In God I trust. In God I trust.
And then now
all teardrops.
All them bad boys just be like, oh well, he has a tattoo of this on his arm. So they could distinguish you by your tattoos.
Exactly. So I feel like you really shouldn't know me if you don't know me. Understand? So you shouldn't say that look like the fella, but he got a tattoo. Nah, Danny.
I always hear people say, he's the only boy that got a tattoo look like that. Or she's the only boy that got a tattoo look like that. Saying like that. So
I feel like that when I had some claws on my car. And that the kind of car I got, I can say, but the kind of car I got, wash me in Barbados. Like, by saying that, I feel like everywhere I already know what it is though.
You done tell the people. We saw a car.
But it has some claws on it, and I feel like, when people say, wait, I love a car. But then everybody started getting the claws. So
so then you started blending, because I've seen cars on the road from afar. I see the claws. Yeah, Lovell. Then when I don't see the lights, I was like,
exactly.
Somebody just look like he. But I don't feel, I ain't really fancy tattoos neither. I like to see them on people, especially nice looking tattoos. A lot of the footballers got some nice tattoos of like Jesus and lions and real nice artwork. I could appreciate the artwork behind tattoos, you know what I mean? The artistry. But for me, I think number one, I like to see my skin. I like my skin playing like this. And I just think I'm too dark for tattoos. I just think that my tattoos gonna be like, people gonna be like, what's, oh, it's a lion. Oh, it's a bird. Like, they got cut close to see like what it actually is, instead of, I like people that of such a skin tone, like you walking on the street and I ain't even get to you yet and I can see you got a tattoo of like.
Oh, so you ain't seeing tattoos on red and white people?
Not necessarily. I just saying for myself, I don't like, I feel like for me it's too dark, but I like to see when from afar. I don't go come all up in your space to see you tattoo. I can see it maybe from afar and whatnot, but I mean, I ain't not nobody against tattoos at all. I like to see tattoos, but just for me, I don't think.
What's your take on tramp stamps?
What is a tramp stamp, though? That's the thing.
A tramp stamp is...
Let me remind you that this is a PG-rated
okay.
podcast.
Right. Tramp stamp is a tattoo that's usually be on people's like lower back.
Oh, yeah. Right. A traditional tramp stamp. Right? Listen, man. I think tattoos also to represent a phase in your life. Mm-hmm. So something you really want to remember, a phase in your life, a time in your life that you want to remember, or something that you aiming for. Mm-hmm. See, more airplanes. Something that you aiming for, you want tattoo on your skin. You know what I mean? So, yeah, tramp stamp, I think is probably just a time in your life that you'll say, I put it there because I want whoever to see it. Mm-hmm. But I'm sure that most people that get tramp stamps live to regret.
Hypothetically, if you I don't want to say cut because you can always get one.
Yeah.
But if you were to get one, a tattoo, what would it be?
If I was to get a tattoo.
If you was to get a tattoo, no.
If I was to get a tattoo.
You know, some people got tattoos, a date of significance, a passing of a loved one, or something that represents.
I'm sure you've thought about this.
I've thought about it.
So tell me your answer, then I tell you.
I know. I got this this symbol that I kind of really like is a 5-leaf clover.
5-leaf. There's a 5-leaf.
It's rare, exactly, right? So like it's 4-leaf clover is like good luck. It's incredibly good luck. And a 5-leaf clover is probably even more good luck. So it was always saying if I was to get one, I'd probably get that. But I can't see myself getting a tattoo, man.
Yeah. If I
ain't get it yet. And a part of when I haven't gotten a tattoo, I don't know. I hear Cristiano Ronaldo rationale.
Right, giving blood.
Yeah. So
and I guess other organs as well. Kidney, whatever.
So that got a little influence to do it. I was like, yeah, you need to get a tattoo.
Okay, your children might need you at some point in time when you can,
So what you would get?
I would get, it's between a rose and, because a rose, my mother's Rosina, so.
Oh, I was about to say cliche, but my apologies.
There's nothing cliche about the rose. But yeah, I would get a rose for my mom, and we used to have a rose bush out there too, so probably a rose. I think that's the simplest thing that has a lot of meaning. Not just for what it represents at face value. Either that or something very cliche like a football, like a, random football tattoo.
I got a friend that got a netball tattoo.
I know the man that got like...
We have a mutual friend that has a netball tattoo.
I ain't know the boy, they got even like the fellas, I see fellas that know footballers and things, and some of the girls too then got footballs, but with different designs and things, flames and wings, and so something like that I would probably get. But as you said, I ain't really think a tattoo for me, and I'm comfortable with that.
Okay.
Indeed. Well, Heel Roots. Welcome to the jungle. King Roots Jungle, starring King Roots and the Roots Federation. Big up all the nice and decent, well-behaved, respectful, mannerly, let me say that there, mannerly people. And thanks for tuning in to this latest episode. I am the one and only, the mystical, the magical King Roots, the Roots King, the number one Roots man, alongside a good brethren, creator, an artist, an accomplished journalist. I don't think he got any of these here. Yeah, he's an accomplished journalist in his own right. Table tennis star, junior table tennis star, hailing from the parish of St. George, a good friend, Mr. Akeel Lovell, ladies and gentlemen.
You write that down?
Yeah, it's written.
Oh, I thought this was from the heart. Well, okay.
It is for the heart, so I had to write it out though, so I don't forget it. Mess of the intro. Okay. You say mess of the intro even when I think.
I find the planes flying in a different direction. This.
Yeah, to keep enough notes.
Okay. That's not a big plane to us.
Speaking of planes, listen. We got introduced to the people first. First of all, Akeel does work down at the People Place where I used to work. And we form a very good friendship and partnership, creating some content for the people them. He's one of the first names I think of when I have a creative idea. He's very smart, he's very accomplished, he's a good boy.
Man, y'all come for him more often.
Yeah. Just come and get your flowers, man. Here. And so because Akeel is here, in addition to introducing him to the Roots Jungle family, I wanted to get your take on some news, because you are very immersed in news, and I realize even from speaking to you, you captivate yourself international news as well, and the things that are going on.
Dabble a bit, or dabble.
Yeah, you dabble a little more than me, so I would ask you some stuff, but so let me just interview you for a little bit for the Roots Jungle audience.
Not a problem.
Get to know Mr. Akeel Lovell. So of course, as I said, we met down at the Nation and stuff, and you have been a journalist since 2017. So there's about 7 years experience. How would you describe the journey so far, and still some goals that you're looking to accomplish?
Journey was much unexpected. I had no intention of being in journalism, actually. As most people would know, most people I talk to, I got into journalism, went BCC. I went BCC with the intention of doing IT. My whole thing was going from school. You can be an IT specialist. And somewhere, somehow...
Computers was your thing?
Computers was my thing. So, if it wasn't IT, when I was in primary school, I wanted to be a historian. Did I realize historians... When I started writing books, I was saying historians don't matter.
Or teaching history.
I had the strong influences in history at that time. Now I got a couple. But, so, my mother had advised me, because I had IT as my first subject. My mother had advised me, put on mass communication. I think you'd be good at mass comm. I was like, I don't even know what mass communication is. But, alright, cool. I had to write an essay. One thing I was always good at, bluffing. I know
BSing.
Right. I know some nonsense sound pretty. I don't know if that's an indictment on the journalism fraternity, but
no. All of us would admit to being able to do the same.
Right. So I write a real sweet essay about why I want to be in media and the impact journalism and media could have on the society and what's not right. All right, something. So did CXCs. Waiting in the summer, was working, had a cool little internship at the time at Child Care Board. And then I got called back, and let's say Mascom called me first, ironically. And it was like, come do a test, do an interview. At the time, since it's mass communication, more like what you said, you always got to be in the news. So they was asking me, we had to do a general knowledge test. Then after the general knowledge test, we had an interview that asked us a bit about, what's going on in the world and your thoughts, and asked me about Trump and thing. And I was like, oh, good, this right up my alley. Yeah. Right. And they called, they said, man, trying to get me elected and stuff. And I was like, okay, and they give my rationale and what's not. I guess the man was impressed, whatever. And then I got called that I was selected. So for the mass communication program, I must say, I think that my mass comm group, that 2015 to 2017 group, that was an all-star group.
Who was in our group?
You got Margaret Boyce.
AGB.
You got Crystal Hoyt.
Oh, wow, yeah.
You got Gerard Marceli. He got Sports Max now. Then you got the likes of Crystal Walker, who's doing her thing in PR and media. Man, there's so much. I haven't want that for nobody. But I think we got Arturo, who does this thing in marketing, really accomplished in that area as well. So we grew.
Kobe too? Kobe was in
Kobe came a little after. Kobe came 2 years after, I believe, or a year after.
Okay.
But the 2015-2017 Mascom group, I can't see nobody rivaling that group in 20 years. No, within mass communication.
I think top journalists in there.
Yeah. I think the tutors would agree as well. But so I got in. I was actually going to drop out of Mascom at one point because I thought it wasn't challenging enough. Because growing up around my mother and what's not, we obviously
it's in George. It's in George.
It was always about. I was always immersed in news. I always knew what was going on. So general knowledge test wasn't challenging, and then it was like, okay, so write a story every week, something current. I could do that. Don't get me wrong, I'm not dumbing it down. It was a really intense course at the beginning, but mentally, because in my head, I always wanted to do IT. So I was looking for something a little more calculated, something a little more rigorous.
Yeah.
Mentally challenging. And I felt it wasn't get at one point. Till they get to year 2, and I was like, oh, wow. So we got to go on radio and we got to go and talk a lot and go and get stories and do vox pops and talk to people that don't want to talk to me. And I was like, oh, so this is all right. So I took the challenge. Then I did. I think in my first internship was at Starcom 2016. That was a fun experience. During that time I did 2 weeks of everything. Did 2 weeks of at Starcom. I did 2 weeks of traffic, which is the managing of the ads and what's not. That's essentially the heart of the radio station. That's what keeps the radio station up and running. That was boring. I hated that. To be honest, I remember how one day I was there staring at the clock. I used to get to go at 5. One day, one of the women that was there, one of the supervisors, they was like, "No, you could go home,
What time this was about?
This is about 4. You could go home." I said, "All right, cool." And that thing was standing right there. So I was like, gone. Why they hit that second week was news, and news was interesting. I had a interesting boss, a real charismatic guy, Stetson back. So during that time, I think that's where I tell myself, I could see myself in news. It was real. Every day was something different. I think that's what I liked about it. You being in sports, I guess that would be same for you. Every day is something different. Nothing's the same. Some days you gotta do a lot of grunt work. Some days the man might send you into. I had a lot of that during my first 2-3 weeks in my internship. It was going town and talk to this boy about this thing and that thing. I talking people ain't want to talk. People ain't want to talk. People ain't know what they talking about. And it was like, yeah, you gotta come out with at least 6 people, boy. So I ain't town hunting for about 6. I watching hundreds of people walking past me. And I want to talk.
And people was getting hit with saying like, I would talk, but not up on camera or not.
Like, and this was radio, so this is supposed to be easy. So, but in doing that got me, because it was real reserved growing up. But that got me, not that I'm reserved, no, but I know how to switch.
Yeah.
Switch roles.
From introvert to extrovert.
Yeah, if I need something, because you can't come back with nothing.
Yeah, it's true.
You can't come back with nothing. So that's why I got into mass comm. After my internship, they thought I did well. They called me back for that was 2016, so I had the Rio Olympics. So they called me back to help out with providing each station with hourly updates on what's happening in Rio at that time. And they did that. And then the next year, after I completed mass communication, I was offered a job. I was a junior reporter at Starcom, and I did that for about, 4 years? 4 years, 4.5 years. And yeah.
You come across by the May.
And then I come across by the May. And I was there now. I think next month will probably make
2 years.
About 2 years. Yeah, so 2 years.
Yeah, boy, that thing getting on, boy. That thing moving, boss. So, like, your future goals in journalism, how far you want to take it? You want to be in journalism much longer? I know a lot of, you mentioned your class of journalists from BCC, and it's good to see all of them still in journalism. Gerard, as you said, doing big things at Sports Mats. Crystal doing good things at CBC. She just went to London with Trey and Sharia. So, we got journalists accomplishing good things in Barbados, but a lot of us in this age group we are in, a lot of us millennials who are approaching 30 years old, don't really see journalism as a full-time thing anymore. We want to move on to do other things and have journalism in the pocket. You know what I mean? On the side, we do a little something on the side, and we do that because we love it still. But generally, a lot of people are. I think
the age of social media has changed that and the perception of news.
Yeah. Because
if you go on social media now, there's an influx of news, different categories, different mediums. So you go on. You know how many people find news on Shade Room and Ball Alert?
I don't follow Ball Alert, but I follow Shade Room.
More than the traditional CNN, BBC, Reuters, Al Jazeera. The age of news and the respect that older media hosts and older media establishments have is not dwindling, but it's shifting, right? So it's a case now where people just go to the established media also to confirm. I hear that this bully was was attacked down the road. I see that come through on some site on my phone and forward it to my phone. I want to see if it per nation, we see. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, like it happen. So no, people say, like it happen for truth.
Yeah, like
yeah. So, and unless media houses find, and their models find ways to not to stay in that realm, but to then be the front runners back again.
Yeah.
It will eventually dwindle out. So, it's not a case of dumbing down the news or dumbing down the content, but finding ways to make it more palatable to different audiences.
Because it was just about to say, I think that this paradigm shift in media and journalism was not really initiated by the big media corporations.
It wasn't.
Because when you make the shift from TV to radio or from print to radio, it was the big corporations saying, okay, we also have this medium, which is radio. Or we also have this medium, which is TV. Or we also have this medium, which is Netflix, which is all these different things. It was initiated by the big companies. But no, this change in journalism in terms of these citizen journalists and people anybody with a phone is a journalist now, and obviously, and we can talk about it soon. You were in China studying, and I was in the States studying around the same time. How the evolution of journalism has really come about. So because that paradigm shift has not started with the CNN and Fox and all these people, they are still trying to catch up. And we had a lot of these conversations as well. The media houses in Barbados still trying to catch up to the social media aspect of it. No, I see CBC trying to kick off some things now, doing some good work. Our good friend Ann Mars over there. I tell you, like, man, you running CBC? Well,
yeah. See every report.
Every report. You got 2 shows. You got your football show. You got the track and field show too.
On TV.
Listen, them so glad he gonna move there because, whew, I tell you, you don't say anything. I can say it because you know I'm a free agent. I've retired.
We having a lot of those recently.
A lot of retirements.
A lot of free agents.
Yeah, I realize a lot of free agents. I am the most valuable of them all, though, anyway. So yeah, we talk about journalism, obviously, but Akeel is very skilled in editing and graphics and everything creative, and he can also play sport. He is an acclaimed, we've never seen him play in his junior days, but he's an acclaimed junior table tennis player. And we went in the archives and saw his name mentioned. I ain't seen the results. I just see his name was mentioned, in the report there, and he showed me some trophies, I think. So table tennis, why table tennis? How we get in table tennis, and how would you describe your career in table tennis up to your retirement? And impending, I think you're coming out to retirement,
impending return.
Yeah. You're soon return.
Club start back.
But tell me about table tennis. How you got in that?
I think I try to remember exactly. From what I can remember, I started table tennis at about 9. Mm-hmm. I remember how this boy Tashawn that used to go to church with us, and he used to play table tennis, and his mother was like, you can send him to go play table tennis down there in Constitution River out there near Queensborough. I was like, alright, cool, you know. You gotta do something. You can't stop in your house and you can't be idle. So I went. And more or less I stuck at it. I used to play cricket at the time briefly. Then table tennis. I found table tennis was I don't want to say much easier, but like I could go every day. I could play a lot less gear, a lot less things I got to buy.
Even if the rainfall?
Even rainfall, I could go and play table tennis. And I just stuck with it. I started table tennis in 2000 and I want to say late 2008, maybe 2009. More or less 2009. I really got the hang of it going consistently. Made a national team in 2010 under 13.
Within a year of starting to play?
Yeah. Me and the guy, he doesn't play anymore now, Steven. And then from there just stuck with it. Did a couple Caribbean tournaments, couple local tournaments, started in Division 3, went to Division 1. At one point we had a Premier League it was in. Then I just stopped. More or less I didn't stop because I couldn't go on anymore. It's just, I more or less lose the will to play in a sense. Like, yeah.
At a point in time, sport, you got to make a decision with sport if either you can continue playing recreationally or if you can play this one professionally. Mm-hmm. So you get to a point probably around, I think 13, 14 is when you really need to decide if you're going to be professional. If you can be professional, then you got to make these sacrifices like our good friend Tyrese does. But if you ain't going to be professional and you can just play recreationally, you got to decide how much you love it that you can play it recreational. And if you kind of falling out of love with it and you moving in a different direction in your life, then I think you just give it up then.
Table tennis is one of those sports where very few people break or very few people peak in starting table tennis at like 11 and 12 and 13. Table tennis, if you really good at it, if you look at the top athletes, table tennis athletes in the world, they start table tennis from 5-6. Always is a game that from young is one of the few sports that you could start playing at 5-6, and you could continue playing till 80, 90. Right? So if you want to do it professionally, it's one of those sports you have to get in early, really early. It's not if you want to play professionally at least. If you want to play recreationally and play a little club and stuff, you could come, you could get better gradually, but professionally is one of those sports where you have to start about 6 at minimum and go every other day, every day. Yeah.
I think the earlier you start more sports, the better you are in getting through on that professional
basketball
track. Yeah, I think you just got to, and basketball is other things besides starting. You just got to be tall.
Yeah, because
speaking of tall, you're a 5'11", right?
I'm taller than you.
Great comeback, sir. Well done. So, right, you tell me about the impending return.
I don't know. I think you don't know no fan. I don't want to put I don't want to put myself in a box.
Yeah, you don't want to jinx it.
Yeah, but we can see what happens. We can see what happens. We leave it there.
You thinking about being a coach? Would you be a coach?
I would go do some courses and things, man. I ain't know if I have that.
I mean, the courses are, as obvious.
Don't get me wrong. Granted, I actually started about table tennis and seeing the youngsters and things. It was like, yeah, I remember I was young and that passion and thing peaked back. And I was like, yeah, I could see myself doing it. I don't want to plan on doing it, but I could see myself doing it.
It's not saying that you'd be like, this, I would never think I would be able to do this here, but it's saying that you would, it presented with an opportunity.
Yeah, for sure.
You would do it. Okay.
There's no greater feeling than seeing somebody start from here and go there and know that you had a hand in making that possible. It's like one of the best experiences that.
I think so too. Yeah. So you gotta lend a hand to the future generation of table tennis players, man.
For sure.
Because I think you was half decent. The boy I know for sure, but I think you was half decent. I see a player now as an adult. You got a little flick of the wrist and thing, man. I think you was half decent. So you should give back to the younger ones now and see what's going on. Speaking of table tennis, we always making sport about the world table tennis champion, and he's always called the name wrong. I don't want to call your name now because I don't want to get the podcast canceled off of YouTube. But that person, I always said that person come from China.
Yeah,
right? And obviously you spent some time in China last year. You was there for 2 months?
Yeah, it was supposed to be 4, but.
Yeah, so last year you was in China.
Yeah.
So 2 months in China, 8 weeks. I mean, it's probably still got things that you would tell me about that happened, that just experiences that you had over there. I mean, in 3 weeks in the States, I had so many experiences, so I can't imagine twice the amount of time in China. But condense it for me as much as you can. How was the experience in China, so far from home, the reality of living so far from home and having a totally different way of life, seeing very few black people? How was that experience?
Talking about seeing very few black people, there was a time we went on the wall.
Great Wall of China.
The Great Wall of China. And had these tourists, I don't want to say tourists, but people from China, not from Beijing, but no, China's massive, man. And China's massive. Yeah. So other parts of China who probably haven't seen black people in like forever. And they would just come around us and huddling us and want to take pictures, and they would not let us leave.
That happened in Guatemala too, the under 20 boys. Like, first of all, me personally, I was walking around and I mean, these people were just looking at me. These people just staring at me, just like, that's why I was calling myself El Hombre Negro, because I was like, these people just looking at me like to themselves, like, this black guy, because they don't see black people. Me personally, I see one other black person in my whole time in Guatemala.
I was Guatemala though, because I went there in 2011
for table tennis.
Yeah, and I'm not sure things drastically changed.
Man, Guatemala was good. I see they're talking about crime and all that there beforehand, but then they said that the Guatemala city is safe. There's got a lot of police around, which I saw because I was walking around by myself.
You see them in the vans and trucks driving past?
Yeah. We had police escort everywhere we went. Every time we went to training, every time we went to games, we had police escort. So it was good. And I was watching a video afterwards actually, and this guy, this guy was saying, like all those countries that you think are so dangerous, he's been to, and it's been so safe. And then one of the countries he mentioned was Guatemala. So I was like, yeah, before he went, I was like, yo, Guatemala. Cause I was saying I got a lot of gang crime and all this thing. But I felt safe. I was in the city, the inner city, like the bougie part, like the city, which is for us equivalent probably to, you see, like that greater Bridgetown area, like Prior Park, but just
Bridgetown? You don't get no
Barbados small. I mean Prior Park. I mean like I see like Cave Hill. Right out there is like greater Bridgetown, like just outside.
That's not Bridgetown at all.
I just trying to.
You know we City Circle bus is past?
No, I ain't on them. We City Circle bus.
You was a suburban kid, you know. I
used to be in the jungle. This is where I live. So check it. I just saying that we was in a proper park. So I can't really judge, but we was in a good park and we felt safe.
You was in Westmoreland?
For sure. Basically.
Millennium Heights. Okay.
Basically.
Okay. Got it.
But then again, yeah, whatever. Anyhow, China. How was China?
China was fun, man. I think how advanced it was.
Technology wise, I think that's what impressed me about the States as well.
When we went, they gave us a sniping, obviously, you know, for certain amenities that they won't provide at points where we just be home out, because we had the weekend free and what's not. And I remember, because they use Alipay and WeChat. I think China it's not just China but Asia. WeChat is, I guess, the equivalent of WhatsApp and Instagram. It's a combination of all these mini programs into one app. Has a main messenger. Right.
I heard about WeChat the first time when I studied this Apple lawsuit that they got going on. We got to talk about that.
I think Elon Musk even admitted that WeChat is probably one of the greatest social media platforms in talking about instant messaging and what's not, because everything's integrated. I had to use WeChat to sign declaration forms for the airport. I had to use WeChat for making orders. I had to use WeChat to make transactions in terms of paying for stuff. Even on the streets, people, anybody that's selling, I don't know, Roblox Cube. You go, you say you want that, they got QR code on a stand, you scan it, you send you money, you show them it, you take it up. That's it.
So your banking information is in WeChat?
Yeah. My debit or credit card, either or.
And all them work in China the same way?
Yeah. I remember I had this thing, I had to use some of the cash because the phone was either dead or something.
Yen? No, yen is Japanese.
Won. Yeah.
Chinese won.
Yeah. And I gave the person like 100. The person like, may see cash in years. Because almost everything's digital, right?
Cashless, yeah.
But man, China was fun. Beijing's the diplomatic center, so it was a real low key, and
that's the capital, right?
Yeah. It was
so like kind of like Washington DC. You've been to DC though?
Yeah,
right.
It's the equivalent actually.
Right.
It's the diplomatic hub. It's the diplomatic core. That's where you see. I saw where we were at, especially. I saw the U.S. residents, and I guess during that time last year there was a lot of heightened tension between China and the U.S. So every time we would like ride past China, every time we ride past the residents, we would see the security, and I was like, "Yo." I think Nancy Pelosi at the time, the secretary in the U.S., she had flown to Taiwan, and that was like a big thing. And people wanted to protest in front of the U.S. Embassy. The Chinese and the security over there, it was crazy. There was a time where the Brazil, because we were really in the diplomatic hub, we were outside the Brazil embassy, and the Brazil president, newly elected Brazil president, he went there, and the security was crazy. I think crazy is like, I guess because it's the equivalent of the U.S. president or or the British Prime Minister traveling. So yeah, and for me, growing up, watching those things and watching documentaries and reading about how security is, it was interesting. One of my most interesting experiences, and it was probably when I was leaving China, it was in Hong Kong, and they had the face passports. So because I had to scan my face once, I had to scan it at some point I entering the airport, and then from there I had to use my face all the way to the the departure lounge and to get on the plane. So I didn't have to actually use my passport. Just
so basically that's less foolproof or more foolproof, whichever.
I have no idea.
Than just using a passport, because you could get a fake passport.
That's true.
So they're using your biodata. They're using the dimensions of your face.
Exactly. I remember. Wow. I scanned my face. Had this other screen. Akeel Lovell. Where his work. Where he born. My age. The time I stayed in China. On the right hand side. I was like, yo, this is crazy.
This information you filled out?
I don't know. I can't remember. I cannot remember. Legit, I cannot remember. Yeah, and I was like, yo, that's crazy. I went on the speed train. I think it's not one of the fastest ones, but it's pretty fast. I think 375 kilometers per hour. I think that's it. That's the speed. And that was fun. Like, the thing with China is how easy everything is to get done. Everything you want. I order something today, I get it tonight.
With 1 billion people, you better be efficient.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I was so impressed with how the United States does it. So I can imagine for 1 billion people, how they have made everything efficient would have blown your mind for sure.
Not sounding cheap too, but
it's okay. Because somebody's got to save money and be smart.
You know tipping culture? I remember we went to this restaurant, me and a couple of the other journalists from the other countries, and the guy was treating us so well. Like, he gave us food, what we ordered, and then he gave us other stuff and like free food, more or less. And I was like, yo, I never get treated like this in my life. Yeah, I offer you a tip. And I said, no. I said, no, nah, it's cool. Because it was still a steal too, because like the tip and the amount of food he gave us, it was like, no, hold this, you. I said, no. And someone was explaining, that's not customary. I was like, oh, wow. Because it never many states.
Thank you so much, son. Man's want to tip everything.
It's mandatory. So I mean, like, ordering food in the States is crazy, because by the time you could have really and truly just walk or catch an Uber, because by the time DoorDash come, DoorDash is expect a tip. I mean, like,
I did Uber Eats when we were in Arizona, and I just get two McFish combos from McDonald's, and I probably pay like $22 for the food. I can't remember how much I paid, but I paid so much. I was saying, yeah, you do pay foolishness. You could have either walked there, Uber there, and back, because it was just a 2-minute, 3-minute Uber. That's kind of why I get the Uber Eats. And it was late. It was like after 12 or so. But yeah, man, most of the time it don't really work out. So you should really you don't get sign ups or just go and get yourself because Uber Eats. That tipping culture is ridiculous. Even when you done pay for where you come, I come in your store. First of all, you should be thankful I come in your store. I come in your store and buy something. You should be grateful I buy the thing. If you want more money, price you thing a little more and then see if people buy at that price. Then you can say, all right, I want the $50 from this sale for the shirt itself and the extra $10 because you sell it for $60. The extra $10 you putting it to whatever else. But don't always be asking for a tip, man. Taxi man, Uber man.
It's the culture. It's a whole lot of people. And you gotta realize it's a capitalist society too. So money makes the world.
I don't mind at a restaurant. I don't mind if I get great service, you get a tip. Definitely if they don't get good service, you ain't getting nothing. I don't care.
What's the most you ever tip? You tip by percentage or?
I used to tip by what I got per me, but how good the job was. If I got extra 20 in my pocket lagging, and the person I with or people I with got some more because man, should I anything there? Or if I with one person and them got 10 or so, I put it together and we do a little.
I'd be amazed at how many times I go like to restaurants here, and they would give a tip, man. They said, "Oh, well, I appreciate it because a lot of people don't really tip." What was it me? I thought this was normal.
I hear that a lot too. I figure at restaurants at least Bajans would be like, all right, man.
And it's mostly coming from Bajans. It's really, Bajan tip. I'm so surprised you tip because most people.
God, they must expect just the tourists do it.
Yeah, but when they go on social media, that's all they be seeing from the Bajan Instagram. I think see people tipping big. I think so. It's like. I don't know if it's that badly, man. Yeah,
or maybe just not at that restaurant. You went to at that particular time.
I'm being like the last 3 restaurants I've been to, all in different price ranges too. People like be so surprised at tips. And they say, "Oh, it's cool." I remember a time I think I asked the person that had change, right? Because I didn't want it to be whole 50 or something like that.
You should have given the whole 50. If not, don't get it the tip at all. Don't you get it, give change. You get church and you get pay money in collection plate, use that go change. God put in the whole thing or you pay another
God knows my pockets, what you talking about? The Father knows my pockets. If the Father know that I got the car up on gaslight and I need $20 to get home, I feel like the Father will know that, man. You need.
Right. So either you put in all and believe in faith you can get home, or say, Lord, you know I need this little $20 and keep it in your pocket.
And the car and gaslight?
Don't put in none and take out some. If the car upon E,
I hope if that's the case, right?
If the car upon E,
I know you have a loving congregation, right? I hope that if that's the case, and you pull out the church, and you accelerate, and you feel like the car in neutral, and ain't going nowhere, and you start and say, "Yo, just put my last 15 there, boy." I hope the congregation.
Somebody in there will lend me $50. I tell you for sure.
So you might as well just keep 50.
We made talking about that. We made talking about. You talking about China and the thing. But anyhow, listen. So let me ask you some quick questions here. What about your musical taste? What about music? You like Gunna? You listen to Gunna?
Gunna cool.
Gunna cool. I know you like Rod Wave.
Rod Wave.
Yeah. I heard somebody saying something about Rod Wave, saying that, when you want to have a moment to yourself. When you want to just sit down and study your head.
And reflect.
And,
You listen to Rod.
You listen to Rod Wave. Yeah.
That's the man I listen to.
Yeah. I went to his show in November. Great performer as well. Great performer. I wouldn't say great performer, but great show.
Yeah.
Great show.
Good experience.
I really enjoy myself. And because his fans are such die-hard fans, you go to a concert and everybody around you is like, you in the choir. You in the chorus, really and truly. That does something to you and does heighten your experience. So that was my experience at Rod Wave.
People were crying?
I don't know.
His music does evoke a lot of emotion.
But people were more like just vibing. Man. Rod Wave is a vibe for sure. So who you listening to these days, man? What's being in your ears?
Podcast, B.
Podcast.
At this point, my girl tired of it. Because me driving, and it's be like, I want to listen to music. I want to listen to Kanye. I want to listen to this. Like, bro.
No, I listening to knowledge here.
I listen to my podcast. Bro. That music can't help me know. If you could tell me something that I didn't know before, I'd be, yeah, some things. And I don't know. I listen to music very, very seldom now. I usually listen to music when I'm at work. Because that's how me push through. Getting certain things done. Or when they're running. Because I find I can't run then. I can't run beer. So I don't know how people is, first of all, going to the gym without headphones. I don't know how people is going run. I feel it's get tired faster.
I used to be running. I just got my headphones, right? And I like to make a point of hailing everybody when I see them on the road. Like fellow exercisers. We're getting fit together. And I'd be looking at everybody and be like, oh, you here with no headphones? You first of all, you by yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking to yourself? You listening to your thoughts? I can't. I need something in my ears so that I could run to the beat. Sometimes what I do, it's a little thing. If it's a faster song, I might run at a faster pace. If it's a slower song, I might slow it down. Try to run to the pace, because sometimes when you're running and you got alternate paces, is force your body to adjust and your breathing, and I just like that little exercise. So what podcast you listening to these days? And when you listen to music, what's our music?
All right, we start a podcast. I just actually was listening to Rory and Mal. Now that's a breakaway from.
Yes, you post them a couple times.
Yeah, the Joe Budden podcast. I usually listen to them a lot. I listen to Joe Rogan. And then I listen to there's this I can't remember the name now. Oh gosh, but it's a tech podcast.
Tech.
Yeah, okay, tech podcast. Earn Your Leisure.
Leisure, yeah, I've seen them, yeah.
That's more
I've seen all the rest you mentioned as well.
Yeah, that's more financial stuff. So yeah, I mostly listen to podcasts right now. But I was an internet kid, so that's probably got a lot to do with it. When I was younger, like 14, 15, come up off listening to academics. When it was like trying to get waves and things, Mary brushing my hair in the bathroom, I listened to academics do Warren Chirac, and yeah, I was an internet kid, so like any online content I was always deep and immersed into it. Yeah. So
you in a gamer or an answer?
PC gamer. Yeah. Not as often. No, I don't like that.
I would say I'm an internet kid.
You got a big machine out there.
Yeah, fairly big. I would say I'm an internet kid as well. I never used to be watching a lot of TV. Used to be just on the internet, reading Wikipedia, reading books online. Now I ain't really into the podcast thing, ironically. I do listen to a few podcasts, but I listen to what I listen to based on what I want to know at that time. So if right now I'm real interested in cameras, I might they got few pages that got people give you information on cameras, teaching you something about cameras. I watch them for a little bit. Right now I watching a lot of vintage wrestling. I watching a lot of wrestling flashback videos on YouTube.
And the algorithms ain't helping.
Yeah, and the algorithms getting more every day, and I just stuck in that loop right now. Yeah, but that's what you're looking at right now. And listening to Gunna.
On the algorithms, like I know starting to braid my hair and what's not. All of this because people might explore right now. It's beer.
Because the men just be watching and the men be listening. The men see you every day with these braids in your hair. And
they floody.
Let's show him some products. Show him some videos of how to get this done.
Yeah, crazy. Music I listening to, Benny Butcher. Listen to him a lot. That's more Griselda.
Never heard of him.
Don't know Benny Butcher?
I don't know.
I gotta put you on.
Play a Benny the Butcher there. Hopefully we don't get strike for copyright. Play a little piece there, so we can play it for like 4 or 5 seconds, okay? Just let me get accustomed to who's Benny the Butcher. Never heard of him in my life. Griselda,
not Griselda, the drug queen pin. That what you call it?
I ain't even know who that is.
You know who's Griselda? But it's called you Nicky Barnes, and you don't know who's Nicky Barnes?
No, I thought you was calling me Nicky Barnes because I got a man named Ricky Barnes.
No. It's more like old school.
Alright, cut that off. It's a PG program.
Exactly. Right, but cool. It's more old school kind of like. Yeah.
Okay. So who else you listening to besides Broadway, Benny the Butcher?
Kanye is a huge Kanye stan.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a red flag or not for people.
Kanye, yeah. I like some of his music. Yeah.
Granted, it's just like music, theatrics sometimes.
He's be doing a little too much.
Too much, but it's a huge Kanye stan. So anything Kanye drop to listen to. Wayne, I listen to a lot of Wayne. New music though, it's not really much that catching my ear. I like in terms of female raps. I like what's her name? Scarlett.
Yeah,
Scarlett. That's her name.
You got me there, brother.
I don't want to get her name wrong.
Yeah, call Scarlett properly because I ain't really know. I ain't even know who that is really, man.
Yeah, Scarlett. I like Scarlett a lot. I like Glorilla.
She kind of sporty to me.
And she got personality too, right? So yeah, she got personality.
Yeah.
But most of my favorite artists, I feel like dead now.
Oh, I lost.
So like, a huge Mac Miller fan.
Mac Miller.
I was a huge Juice WRLD fan.
I think I should put Mac Miller on this wall somewhere just to honor him, especially he's passed. I like Mac Miller bad, man.
No, looking back at these pictures. So all these men was at this point.
Who? Oba Deli and Gabriel Burnett is second from left.
What age these men were?
Oba was Oba had be early 20s here.
I feel like
this had be 90s.
I feel like back in then man used to age by at least 10 years.
Yeah, I think back in there. Back in there man used to age 10 years old. They're cruel, but we millennials know we look much younger than we
should be actually.
I tell some boy that I can be 31 in a little bit. We actually recording this episode on Good Friday.
That's it.
But I tell some boy I can be 31 soon. Man was like, oh my goodness, I didn't know you were that old. I thought you were in your 20s. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much. But yeah, man used to age much worse back in the day. I think we generation now can bring it back in. But you see a lot of these youngsters that younger than me, look older than me too. A lot of these youngsters look like big men already. Yeah.
That's the thing out there.
That's like the missing facial hair. But.
Like at large school. I remember in school, all the large boys, like from Kiki, even the gone short pants, all the large boys used to look old.
Yes.
Like real old.
Yes.
Like, men in turf farm look like 17. And
man, turf farm got beard and all sort of thing. Like, what happened to one of them? Aging, man. But yeah, I think we generation is the best generation. And you would have gone to school at Aline. And I know it's give you a lot of gripe about Aline. But
we got third.
Aline's a fairly good school.
Fourth oldest school in Barbados.
Fourth oldest apparently. And you come
over 230 years old.
Right. 230 years of excellence in bell playing. And you come third in the girls at BSAT, man. Do pretty good. Where come you boys up? Second last, I was like.
Nah, we came 6 or 7.
Yeah, when they come in top 10 for you.
But we did have a lot of outstanding performances from the boys too. Of course, I think what saved Cormier this year.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Let me hear you.
I can see it. I think saved Cormier this year is the setup.
Oh, you mean like the one athlete and the?
I think that's saved. I'm not speaking about for the boys, but I think for the girls especially, because all right, if we look at how for a lot of years how Spring used to win their sport, it wasn't because. Of course, they had outstanding individual performances, but it was always the person that can come.
The multiplicity.
Yeah, the person that comes in one race, you got three or four Spring girls, and somebody and
sometimes they don't win it, you know.
Somebody in come fifth, sixth,
2, 3, 4, 5.
and it's add up. But I think this year, it was... You get a year. What was the year when they used to call the bubble year, where LeBron got his ring?
2020.
Exactly. That was y'all 2020.
Oh.
Yeah. Unless y'all do it again, that was y'all 2020 year.
Sound like a hater though. Anyway, this here name Orange Aid, but it's only you drinking hater Aid. Anyhow, Cormier win both the boys and the girls big on themselves. Cormier. Let's talk about some news, Akeel. I think the jungle people know you pretty well now.
I tried not to talk about news, but
yeah,
all right, there we go.
You can talk with him now. And I suspect he'll return to the podcast as well, because he has a lot to offer, a lot to tell us about China as well. So let's just run through a bit of news here, Mr. Lovell, sir. The budget speech and the replies. First of all, I know you may not be able to remember everything that was spoken in the budget, but anything that jumped out at you in terms of the restructuring the Prime Minister looks to do, and in the replies from the Honourable Opposition Leader, he really leaned into them.
I think what was most, I don't want to say surprise, but I think a lot of people weren't expecting. A lot of people had this budget to be the budget that we would see from the government side, the most level of austerity. We were expecting, people, this is the budget that, people will feel bear the brunt. But from the budget, as you mentioned, the government said, the Prime Minister said loudly, no new taxes. We don't know if that would, of course, include additional taxes, but she did say there would be adjustments in rates, in time to come. So we could only brace and hope that those adjustments won't be too burdensome on the average Barbadian. But there were some good things out of the budget besides the new taxes. Of course, incentives for policemen, more incentives for policemen.
Something with nurses as well,
and teachers. So there was something. Of course, you mentioned the accelerated housing program, having a goal to have thousands of houses built for Barbadians in a number of years. Can't remember the exact number of years at this point, but it was. Some people have described it as having nothing really for the average Barbadian.
Yeah.
But I think if you look at the state of the world right now, it is a budget that we at least for now we could be a little grateful for, because for some people it could have been worse.
Yeah.
We could have gotten a lot more, as I said earlier. A lot of people was expecting a lot more austerity measures, but it wasn't pointed out in this election. Who knows if it may come later down? But at least for now, we know the stage in which it's at. As I said, police officers, a lot of civil servants, a lot of key civil servants in this country who play a critical role, will soon be able to get better dues. So I think that's good. That's good as well.
Coming out to the budget, I really appreciated that as well. Of course, I looked at the sporting aspect of it, and I wrote in my column as well last week. The budget was a mixed bag. It hit certain points, especially of course
competitions.
Of course we know the Kensington Oval being redone now. That wasn't part of the budget, but of course that's part of the national economic approach. Obviously Bushy Park getting a little upgrade. They have the football competition as well. So they got little things. The only thing I'm still upset about, and I don't hide my mouth or my opinion on this, we ain't got no national stadium. We got a national stadium, huh?
I think it's supposed to be.
Might been coming for years. We need to take the same.
It's supposed to look like a flying fish or something.
Man, I see
you
it.
saw the model?
Yeah, I see it. That look weird to me. Whatever it's supposed to be, I don't really care, because my opinion don't matter. What I want is a national stadium. Build it at Waterford, lick down the cycling track if you have to, and let me build there. Let me have a whole amphitheater here with the stadium, the netball stadium, and the botanical gardens. Let me have a whole big vibe down at Waterford.
You know what people can tell you?
Well,
Rome was not built in the day.
Yeah. But listen, as much talking, the whole time the DLP was in, it was talk about national stadium. That was 10 years in 2018. This now 6 years onward. We still in so that's 16 years really and truly, and more. I saw a story. Yeah, John King.
I made you promise that
2022.
We will have a national stadium.
John King get re-elect or elect, whichever one he went.
No. 2018.
Man, no. Yes, it was 2018.
Yeah. Newsman got correct. Yeah.
See, Newsman got correct. In 2018, the Honorable John King, I think he was members St. Philip West or something. So. Yeah. My man said, yo, in 4 years you can go to national stadium. He tell
and he does not fail. Something to that extent.
Sorry. So yeah, that's still
something to that extent. Yeah,
that's still my big issue. We don't have a national stadium. We ain't looking like we really on the road to having one. So that still upset me. But speaking of stadium, Kensington Oval, as I said, having a little remodel, and we have the World Cup here. I
need to see what inside look like though, because with this 50 million, I need to see, because when it look from outside,
ain't like nothing.
It look like a paint job, and I ain't seen
it look like several paint jobs. And, I think they put like a
they say it should be ready by April 15th. Really, the deadline is April 30th, but they could deliver by April 15th. That's only a couple of days. I need to see, because all I see so far is paint. I ain't seen that infrastructure built. I ain't know what's the plan.
I suspect. I mean, Kensington is a fairly state-of-the-art facility, and
I've seen the bathrooms.
In terms of the bathrooms and all that. In terms of the design of it, and in terms of just the futuristic look of it, Kensington is a really, really great facility. I don't know what changes they're gonna make, but I assume that they will let the news outlets take a little tour of the place when they're ready to unveil. We're not saying April 15th or whenever come.
What I have seen though, if you're looking at things being done, some say it's because of the World Cup or not, but the roads, boy.
The roads
street. Road street.
Even Wednesday night, I was heading to church on Wednesday night, and the Mill and Pay program there in Maxwell.
Oh, we get on there so far? Because the other day, it was at Thornbury Hill.
Thornbury Hill done.
Sweet.
Even from the time I came back, that was March 3rd, it was done.
Kensington New Road that used to give you so much trouble.
That'll do.
And that's sweet.
We should call it the World Cup all the time. Cause roads will get due, and I suspect our economy is gonna have a little boost. We got 9 games here plus other things.
I took a family friend to Clifton Hill
really?
Church, St. Thomas, and going up Prout. Baby's name going up Prout. Road sweet.
Yeah, they get paved too. Like before you get by the mill and all up there, get paved.
Yeah. I tell yourself. It's sweet for true.
It's nice. So listen, pay by roads here. But you think?
But I ain't getting St. John yet.
St. John?
I know, dude. I know. I gotta see.
Yeah, I gonna be in St. John regular. So, but I mean, I was at Raleigh there Sunday, and everything looked pretty good to me.
They had this road in St. John about 2 years ago. I could not believe it was a road. I could not believe people traversed. When I through this road was badly. Literally, right? I cannot believe it was a main road. Some part in St. John, man.
Edgecombe. That's only
out there, boy. Went through the road was bad. Boy, the road was atrocious, Nick.
And this is the thing, and it's not just the road bad, it mess up people care. What about the emergency services? What about the fire trucks? The ambulances?
I lost about 4 hubcaps that day. All 4.
It's like, you know, is Whitehill saying that?
Whitehill,
Man, I think the road done the thing off the road now. They make a new road for people.
Yeah.
What about the emergency services? We gotta fix the roads, but at least we getting some roads fixed now.
Yeah, you gotta be appreciative.
Do you think that this World Cup is gonna be a really great boom for Barbados? Are we fortunate that we got the final and all that?
We are. The World Cup is massive. Not just because the Caribbean hosting it, but there was the finals, and Barbados is an attraction worldwide. People are going to come. I was on some sites the other day, cricket sporting forums on Reddit as well, and people were talking about they're booking their flights to Barbados. They can't wait to come to Barbados. So there's a big anticipation. Regardless, I know if we get like England and the West Indies final, that can be big.
Oh, Lord of mercy.
If we get Australia and England final or India final, it can be massive.
And once you got a fan base that travels for cricket, and all of those fan bases love to come to the Caribbean.
I just really hope that, like, the smaller businesses, the micro businesses, I hope that they actually benefit from it.
How can they benefit though?
That's the thing. I know they mentioned they got hubs set up across the country to not just watch the cricket, but, you know, people could, in terms of getting sales and whatnot, people being able to set up their stalls and whatnot sell. I hope that works, but of course, I know during World Cups there's a lot of volunteering programs and whatnot. I just really hope that those people get something tangible.
I think so.
I really hope so, because it's needed. Nothing feels worse than, you know, you have an opportunity in hand to make something materialize and you just let it slip. Yeah. I think I'm not old enough to remember the economic revenue generated from the 2007 in terms of real time, seeing it. What
happened in 2007 though is the big economic crisis was like a year or 2 years after. So whatever gains we made from 2007 and having the final here.
Yeah, but I can't remember. I
suspect we lost. I barely older than you. 4 or 5 years or so.
But I can't remember in terms of like spending. Were the people spending then? I can't remember.
Well, you mean in terms of the visitors were spending? Yeah. Well, I ain't sure.
Because that was the Sri Lanka-Australia final.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Aussies for sure would have come in their numbers. I ain't really sure about the Sri Lankans. Remember, another thing to it was Brian Lara's last...
I remember that last World Cup Super 8
thing. So I think he played against England in Barbados,
and it was against England. I remember Martin Samuels got it running out. Yeah, I'll never forget. I think he met in 19. I don't know. Yeah, but I remember that it was so vexed as a child watching on TV.
Martin Samuels do be a joke. But I'm hoping that this World Cup time can really bring that much needed boost to Barbados and really pivot Barbados into being that sports tourism destination. Because Yeah, man. But the only thing we're missing is a national stadium. I want to mention this. I spoke to Rasdan on last week's episode about this. The possibility that we might be living in World War III. You know, in the news, we like to sensationalize. We don't sell stories, so we gotta have headlines and we gotta sell it. But we ain't talking about World War III. We ain't mentioning anything about World War III. But check this. They had the attack in Russia the other day. And this is just among other things, you know.
You mean at the concert hall?
At the concert hall. Mm-hmm. Russia and Ukraine still at it. Venezuela and Guyana. I think you're the first person that brought my attention to those tensions. I know Venezuela going to election. The president brought out the map with Essequibo as part of, so he escalating this here on his own. Whatever. Israel and Palestine still at it. We got diseases, inflation, everything way expensive and getting smaller. The Suez Canal, meaning that the rebels are attacking the ships. Mm-hmm. You heard about that. Yeah. Haiti. And then now, obviously, this Baltimore bridge collapsed the other day, which is really rough in itself. But there's so much unrest in the world. And even in our own backyard in Haiti. I feel comfortable in Barbados. Mm-hmm. But generally, I feel like...
I think we are shaping up for a Cold War. That's just... I might be going my tinfoil hat. But if you look at the previous Cold War, Soviet Union, the US, mm-hmm. everybody coming off of World War II, everybody was... Let me store up my resources. Let me build up my weaponry because mm-hmm. I never know what you can do.
Yes.
And I think that's what's happening now. If you look at the US, if you look at Russia, if you look at China, mm-hmm. right? Everyone right now, and what's happening now is that you're seeing a lot, I don't want to call them proxy wars, but the beginning of what could be proxy wars. You're seeing, look at the situation with Taiwan, mm-hmm. look at the situation with all the unrest that's happening with a lot of the French-speaking, the French colonies of Africa, mm-hmm. or what was once French colonies of Africa.
Sudan,
Niger.
Yeah, especially Sudan, because I know someone from Sudan who, when we finished the same IVLP last year, she couldn't even go back to Sudan. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, man, all these things that we ain't hearing about, you know.
I think we probably right now developing or in the process of starting a Cold War where everybody just stopping back. Even you heard the other day, Russia said that they're willing to use weapons if necessary, their nuclear weapons if necessary. Mm-hmm. North Korea said they're ramping up their nuclear arsenal earlier this year. So is everybody saying, yeah, a big step? You understand? Mm-hmm. Everybody waiting to call somebody bluff. And I think that's the stage we are at right now globally. I don't want to dumb it down to like that particular kind of description, mm-hmm. but more or less that's what it is. Everyone right now is, because each country doesn't trust each other. You never know what one is going to do, and the ideologies, conserving communism, conserving capitalism, it's religion, mm-hmm. big part. When we look at what's happening in the Middle East, it's actually kind of depressing thinking about it, but all we could do is...
That was an ironic laugh.
Yeah, all we could do is pray to Father and hope that, you know?
Yeah.
Common sense prevails. And love.
Yeah, and something Rastan mentioned too is the elimination of ego.
Yeah.
Because we fighting over land borders and things that we come and find, you know.
And we will die and leave.
Land that, you know what I mean, that ain't ours. And as you said, we can die and leave. We can just leave it for the next generation, for them to fight over too. Mm-hmm. It's like we passing on more than just traditions and oral history. We passing on wars too, mm-hmm. and hatred.
Yeah, exactly.
Imagine that.
Think what's happening in Haiti. Haiti needs an intervention soon.
Let me talk about Haiti. Let me talk about Haiti and barbecue because me and Rassam, I mentioned it a little bit. Let me talk about Haiti and barbecue. How can there be peace in Haiti without it going through barbecue? Either somebody taking him out or him being the next leader or whatever. Because he's the most prominent person I know about right now.
I don't think that would ever happen. Haiti's too close to to the U.S. back door. We seen what happened in Cuba a couple decades ago when we had the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Yeah.
I don't think we would. Intervention in Haiti is a must. It will happen. It's not a matter of if it will, it's when. Right? I think.
Who will intervene?
And that's the thing. We've seen Kenya opted to, throw some support in offering intervention. I think at one point they said they're willing to send 1,000, and then at another point heard for 400. And that has been getting some pushback in Kenya as well. Some people don't see the need for it, especially African countries and what they've been through in the past. Don't see a need to go and intervene.
Don't gain somebody else.
Other people's war. But when we look at Haiti, Haiti is a situation that I think France should really be the forerunners in providing some intervention at this time, because largely the situation Haiti is in now has a lot to do with what they've had to pay back to France in terms of reparations when they became independent. So something definitely has to be done. It's just a matter of when. I know CARICOM has held a position that something needs to be done, and they're willing to support. It's just, I believe, it needs to be a point where everyone gets their ducks in a row on what's the best way forward. Barbecue had stated strongly that the current Prime Minister, Henry, I believe his name is.
Former known.
Well, yeah, that he must go. He shouldn't be there, and he's called no elections. The Haitian MP at the time, he was saying, well, this is not an environment to have an elections in, a free and fair elections. That was his rationale. So there was an agreement that he will step down. So it's a case of you kind of knocking the wind out to Barbecue sail, because he said this is what he want and get that. So what next? Yeah, understand? So he has now be in the position where he says, well, I'm gonna get rid of you, but what else? And that is the situation he may put himself in. And the forces at hand, the allied forces at hand, could say, well, what you mainly requested, we provided. So let's look for peaceful resolution. And if he doesn't, I think that's where we will then see intervention.
But again, intervention from whom? United States?
I think all the proxy wars that we see,
all the other people who are planning to intervene.
United Nations, CARICOM. Yeah, I think there would be all hands on deck approach within that. I remember in China, I asked the diplomatic representative for Latin America and the Caribbean about China, about possible intervention. And he made
China?
Yeah, from China. He said they've been watching the situation closely, and it's a concern for them. And he then made the point that, I think his name is Kaiwe, he then made the point that China was one of the first people to intervene when it had the 2010 earthquake. Right, so he said there's always been that sort of close relationship. I think the world is watching and seeing, because it's the location as well, right? You don't want a situation like that become so volatile when it's sharing a border with a completely different country.
Yeah. As
well, you have to look at its nearby surroundings. It's in the back door of the United States as well, right? You want to quell those kinds of
unrest.
Exactly. So it will definitely happen. It's just a matter of when, I believe. I think we were talking about that off mic. This guy who went to
you said
Haiti,
a content creator.
A content creator went to Haiti to get to interview Barbecue, and he was kidnapped. That's kind of infamous right now in Haiti. Kidnapping and ransom, raining money are. This would be last trip.
Suppose your employer is sending you up there to cover the arrest. You willing?
I'm willing, man.
You by yourself?
I'm not a little bit.
Yeah, you want a photographer, or you just get to do everything yourself? I know you can do everything yourself.
If my insurance, my life insurance policies and everything in place, I willing to do that for the content, man.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah. I surely there gotta be other journalists there, obviously. Because I've seen interviews with the same Barbecue. So there are other journalists there. There are other people there other media people there. Just that this one here, I ain't know, boy. I feel it's very unfortunate that he was abducted.
Yeah.
Was he latest on his story?
I don't know. All I know is that he paid $40,000 already. I'm trying to get his name.
US dollars?
This is all gotta be US dollars.
But that's how that funds the same gangs, you know, the extortion money and whatnot. That funds all of them.
Haiti, something definitely. Let me see. I have it.
Haiti need a bushfire, boy.
YouTuber kidnapped in Haiti for a $600,000 ransom after traveling to meet gang leader barbecue for content. Wow. Okay, YouTuber kidnapped in Haiti for $600,000, right? But just for the 24 hours after he arrived in the country, I assume this is Malouf, Malouf, a Haitian colleague were taken by members of the rival 400 gang on March 14th. He's being held for ransom for $600,000, and even though $40,000 has been paid already, the kidnappers are continuing to demand a large sum of money to secure Malouf's release, the Haitian outlets report. Oh, that situation sound. We just want feedback.
Tenuous at best. Yes. Hope for the best, definitely for the young man, and hope for the best for Haiti, man, because they're right there in our backyard. So we gotta be mindful of what's going on over there. Well, thank you, Akeel, for your opinion on these news matters in our wider world, and of course in Barbados as well. Do you know what time it is?
What time?
It is time for the most favorite segment of all.
What's that?
King Roots Top 10. Yeah. You gotta do the thing. You gotta do the point at the camera. So when they say King Roots Top 10, we gonna be like, do like 1, 2. Yeah. Okay. King Roots Top 10. Yeah. Well done. And in honor of your inaugural episode here on The Jungle, 2 top 10s this evening. The first is Top 10 Bajan Foods. So what are the top 10 foods that Bajans love and adore? And the second list is Top 10 Bajan Beverages. What are the beverages that Bajans love and adore? Let's talk about food now. Top 10 foods.
I think it's all the cliches on macaroni pie.
Wait, we gotta get the cliches in there. Macaroni. I think yeah, you gotta put pie.
Chicken.
You gotta put pie. Baked chicken.
Yeah.
Bajans like baked chicken. Bajans like, I think just put
like
chicken.
Pasta.
Just put chicken. Bajans like chicken.
Yeah.
Chicken. All right. Chicken. What else now? Bajans like cuckoo. Cuckoo is
pudding and sauce. Pudding and sauce probably.
Pudding and sauce. Pudding and sauce.
And all these things that I just name I don't eat.
Yeah, I don't eat none neither. So
what is it?
I eat fish and thing.
So Ito the top 10?
Bajans like Ito. Bajans is like Ito. You know why Bajans is like Ito? Because the Ito man is getting enough food. Ito man is getting enough rice and thing.
I feel like a ham cutter is a top
ham
10.
Cutter.
Is a top 10.
A ham cutter at Christmas.
Nah, anytime.
We gotta specify. A ham cutter.
Ham cutter in general. Bro.
They got a shop down there, Beckles Road. That
pink shop.
Yeah, it's just had a party. Man coming with 11:30. Man had 2 of them here. So ham cutters. Bajans like ham cutters. So we get ham cutter. What else you feel the man like?
Ham cutters.
It's
not really fish.
I got
cutters.
5. I got macaroni pie, chicken, pudding and sauce, Ito food, ham cutters. The guy got more. Top 10 Bajan foods. Fish cakes. I could put fish cakes.
Here's the thing. I don't know who would have thing, but as a country, in comparison to the other Caribbean countries, we're not really big
food people.
You know, we food not really like.
But people is just come here for the food,
and the food be okay, but the food don't be like, you know, like if you go Grenada,
yeah,
or you go St. Lucia, like. You could identify the country by the food. The food is
like
the identity.
In Trinidad, you know, Bassett shot in Guyana.
I mean, we got pie, but
we ain't really got a food that is really like big.
We got
like,
cocoa and
we got
fish.
enough different options.
Rich people just eat like once, twice, 3 times a year at most.
So you think I could put cocoa on there?
Man,
what about chafet? If I just put chafet as a food, Bajans like Chefette.
Then we get in a rabbit hole because Bajans like Chefette. Then we got put maps. Then we got put ice things, fish and chips.
Icing is enough people. Pats
we got put Pats, fish and chips.
Pats in the top 10.
Pats in top 10?
I don't think so. I think we got others in the top 10 before Pat. So macaroni pie, chicken,
Harold's?
all types. Who's Harold?
Bay Street.
Who's that?
Bay Street, you know, we passing on Bay Street on like Friday, Saturday nights, you see a whole bunch. It's my right hand side. You don't pass Bay Street?
Nah, not for chill?
Yeah, Harold's, man.
I ain't know about Harold's. I sure we got other people besides Harold, man.
Nah. Harold's
so don't put cuckoo on here.
Cuckoo would be honorable mention.
Bitches don't really like cuckoo like that.
Bitches don't like cuckoo. Bitches eat cuckoo if it did.
Yeah, if
nobody don't say.
Yeah.
Only people that want cuckoo is probably like, you know, grandparents and older people.
Yeah.
Nobody don't say, yo, if you cut, I'm probably dunks, man.
Yeah.
But you always eating cuckoo.
Always eating something.
But you don't see nobody saying, yo, I will eat a cuckoo.
I will eat a cuckoo. Yeah, man. That's so joke. I will eat. Man, all right. What man say? I will eat a maps. Men would say, I will eat a maps. All right.
Maps.
I think maps in the top 10. All right, man. No, I will eat a sand.
What's that place? Freddy's? What's that place in Carter Village? I thought you know. That's sell like pigtail and thing.
Or that's I think that's Freddy's. You know,
that's Freddy's.
I think you top 10 though. I think you gotta put Chefette though as a.
I'm a big food man though, so this.
Yeah.
I just eat for
sustenance.
Yeah,
it's just to stay alive.
I ain't really big on food. I got a favorite food.
Top 10 Bajan foods of all time. I ain't even know what you would put on there. Let me think of what in my fridge right now. What about cheese cutters?
Nah.
Bajan cheese.
Bakes.
So put fish cakes and bakes.
Yeah.
I put fish cakes and bakes.
Fish cakes and bakes. That's big food there.
Fish cakes and bakes. Alright. This list looking good. Macaroni pie, chicken, pudding sauce, ital, ham cutters, maps, fish cakes and bakes. 3 more to complete the top 10, man. What about pigtails? Bajans like pigtails. Man, just like pigtail.
I would tell you Freddy's, but
Freddy's? Nah, I don't want to. I don't think Freddy's.
But
what Bajans like? Think
to veggie man here.
You went Agrofest the other day? You went Agrofest?
I peruse, I pass through.
I trying to think of the places that's be around where you got big events, the people that's be there selling food and giving away food. Them is the big ones.
Tacos making a big killing.
Tacos, who's big taco people?
Taco night.
I find that Bajans like that place.
Bajans like anything they see on Instagram.
Wait, near Love Bites, not Love Bites. The day saw in
Soul Bites.
Soul Bites. Bajans like Soul Bites.
Yeah, Soul Bites nice.
I'm putting them in the top 10 though. Them in pay for.
Them might be top 10 though.
Them in pay for advertising though.
But it might be in top 10 though. I never had bad Soul Bites.
Soul Bites.
And I'm a foodie.
I take Soul Bites. However,
Soul Bites. But top 10? Yeah.
Alright, let me keep going through and see if you see.
But then you got lemon arbor. What lemon arbor itself?
I heard lemon arbor. Putting it out. People's good there for putting this out.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people don't really go up there as much anymore. I ain't sure. But it's probably still a good spot. I've never been.
I don't eat PQ.
I would like to go. What else, man? We got cuckoo. I feel we can put the cuckoo, man. Because it's the national dish, man.
You put cuckoo at 10?
Yeah, we can put cuckoo. What Bajans like to eat? Rice and peas and rice. Just do your peas and rice.
If it did.
Yeah, if it did. You can't put that in your top 10 there.
Roti.
I remember the girls, we going somewhere.
Is it a trend? I got all down?
Yeah.
We ain't got.
Grenada got all down.
Right,
it's all down? That what it is? They ain't all down.
All down. Mm-hmm. Right. We ain't got. Barbados don't really got food that, like, yeah, everybody.
Yeah, like, it's uniquely Bajan.
Yeah,
we ain't got that, so. Macaroni pie, chicken. So we got 3, 6, 7, 8. Two more foods. We can say Soul Bites.
We playing Soul Bites.
We can say Soul Bites, man.
But if we playing Soul Bites, we got playing Pats.
No, you gotta put Granny's. Well, Granny's is an establishment, so you gotta put Pat's Place. Alright, man, put Pat's Place. So that's the top 10 then. Top 10 foods But Pat's Place is a restaurant or food, or the food from Pat's Place.
Food.
All right, top 10 foods of all time. Top 10 Bajan foods of all time. Macaroni pie, any form of chicken. Bajans love chicken. Pudding sauce, Ito food, ham cutters, maps, soul bites, Pat's Place, fish cakes and bits, and number 10, cuckoo. That's a good top 10. Tell us what you think in the comments below. And our second top 10. You got it.
Yeah.
Second top 10 Bajan beverages
Marby,
of all
Sorrow.
time. Hold on. You're moving
Deputy.
Beverages. So you got Marby.
Sorrow.
People like Sorrow?
People love Sorrow. Nobody ain't turn on Sorrow.
Bajans like Coke too. Coca-Cola. Bajans like...
And a Bajan beverage.
Enough.
But that's addiction. That's the difference.
Oh, so you mean Bajan beverages, not like Coca-Cola? Okay.
Yeah, but...
I got you covered. Bajans like golden apple juice.
Yeah, that's a Bajan.
Bajans like golden apple juice. Bajans like golden apple juice. Bajans also like Bajans like top 10 drinks, man. Top 10. You said deputy?
I said deputy.
Deputy over banks.
Deputy over banks. That's a fact.
Deputy.
Only tourists. Only Barney Army and things gonna do like banks.
I find so with you.
That's good branding though.
Bajans like Johnny Walker.
Yeah.
Bajans like Johnny.
Bajans like whiskey.
Johnny Walker.
The
Wars. So I can put Johnny Walker / The Wars.
The Wars. For anything. Rum and Coke, eh?
Scotch whiskey.
And rum and Coke. Rum and Coke is a top 10 drink.
I can put rum.
Nah, rum and Coke.
I can put rum. Bajans is drinking rum. They don't always drink rum with Coke. They got enough rum drinkers in Barbados. Yeah. So rum. Now we got 6 already. 6? Yeah, but we got 6 already. Bajans is drinkers though, so we ain't get this one though. Top 10 Bajan beverages of all time.
Ginger beer. Nah, I feel we got some more. Water. Bajans like water. Everybody like water.
Oh, tea. Bajans like tea. Bajans is tea people. Tea babies. Tea.
I don't know. Coffee.
Bajans ain't really coffee people.
Yeah.
Whenever I have to speak over this. Whenever I go to certain coffee places, them has got the people in front of me ordering milkshakes and fresh canties and some frappuccino. Right. What else the Bajans like? Top 10 beverages, boy.
It's actually hard.
Plus and malt.
Plus Vitamalt.
So plus is one.
Vitamalt.
So Vitamalt over Tiger Malt. Speaking to the mic, sir.
We got this Twist.
Twist is so Twist over Tiger Malt.
Twist and Tiger Malt. We have 10 already.
So we playing plus Twist and Tiger Malt on the same thing.
Yeah.
All right, good. That could work.
That's 10.
Oh, so wait, plus Twist.
You separate, yeah.
And Tiger Malt.
Actually, Vitamalt. You may like
Vitamalt.
You may like Vitamalt more.
Vitamalt. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. What's a drink that Bajans like bad? Like when people get together, people is gonna drink.
Coconut water.
See?
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Coconut water sell every Sunday.
Yeah.
Every day.
Mm-hmm.
So
can't miss it.
Top 10 Bajan beverages of all time. Marby, Sorrel, Golden Apple Juice, Deputy Beer, Johnny Walker, The Wars, Scotch whiskey, anything.
Anything.
Rum.
All is rum.
Plus Twist, Vitamalt, and coconut water.
That's all it is.
Big at yourself.
Yeah, I feel more confident about that
than the food.
The food
is
we're in the food. We're in the food country.
Yeah. We really need to check out our culture on food.
I wonder why. That might be colonization too.
Yeah, because we remember the English they book here, and the English fairly boring when it comes to food.
Yeah, I remember when we were in England, and then it was in the airport. Mm-hmm. I think it was Heathrow, and all he was saying was sandwiches. What the hell is this? Bread.
Yeah, big man.
Like, nah.
So if you,
I was looking for like a fast food restaurant. I want a burger or some chips or something, you know.
Yeah, pie and mash. I was saying
cheese paste and tuna and melted tuna. Only top of the tuna. You used to say that disappoint me though, but you understand it's probably because you're a suburban kid.
That was the catch any tuna.
No, every Bajan no.
We ain't put tuna by the food. We should put tuna in it. Nah,
every Bajan no. That well done sardine is 10 times better than tuna.
Well done sardine.
Well done sardine. When you mash it up and put in mayonnaise, the same recipe, but just
the pepper sauce.
Exactly, minus the ketchup, no ketchup.
Yeah, no ketchup.
When you put everything, shake it and whip it. You know what I'm saying? It's not mash, it's
whip it.
Flick of the wrist.
Yeah. You're good at that flick of the wrist.
Right. Okay. That's it.
Okay.
You never tried
sardine? As in sardine in the can. That is see the whole fish.
Sardine in the can. Pop it. Peel it back. Put some lime. Same thing.
Lime.
You got lime.
Yeah, you got
lime. But I promise you, when you eat it, you ain't go back to tuna. Tuna who?
And sardines, I think sardine got probably more omega oils and all that things you guys talk about.
Sardine healthier too. It doesn't.
You know what I don't like? I buy some of them little mini tunas that's got little flavorings, the thigh, this and that. Listen, all them is taste. But them is taste real chemically, man. I don't like them.
That might be the oil.
I think so. The tuna in water is fine. I could work with that. You could dress that however you want. But these tunas in the oil, these flavored, I didn't fancy them. I didn't like that at all. I like these two lists though.
I finally Bilada.
Yeah, big ass. Any travels this year? You going with?
I want to go Canada. Going to show the brethren.
Yeah.
I want to go Panama this year. And I want to go Washington this year, and that's for table tennis. There's usually a table tennis tournament. It's called Washington Open. Sorry, U.S. Open, but it's more clubs.
In Washington, D.C. or?
In Washington, D.C.
Okay.
It's either be in Washington or Baltimore.
Okay, close by.
Yeah, it's a huge tournament. One of the biggest tournaments in the world, actually.
And this is to play?
Yeah.
Right.
At one point, I had a U.S. ranking. I got no. Oh. Yeah, I got started from scratch.
Yeah.
But essentially, you go on day one, you play. Depends on who you beat. They put you in divisions, and then you play in those divisions. And then I had a year we won Division 8. There'd be 15 divisions. So I think a year we won Division 8 or 7, 8 or 9, I believe. We came second in it. We didn't win it. Yeah, so hoping to do that this year. Never know. In the job that, anything is anything. You never know where that would take you. So
big issue.
What about you?
I want to go to Canada.
I feel like a lot of Bajans in Canada.
Not Bajans out there. I want to go to Canada and I want to see what's going on in the summer with a lot of these sporting engagements across Europe and stuff.
You want to go Olympics?
He's a free agent. He's a free agent. If somebody's sending me, fine, no problem. We talk about it. But on my own, if I don't go, I ain't gonna feel terrible. It would be nice to go. It'd be great to go. I mean, that's the Olympics. But if I don't get to go, it's in a kill cow. I would prefer to go to Euros in Germany. We already got the World Cup here in June as well. That can take up a bit of my time. So we can see. Hopefully during the World Cup though, we could cover some games in some other territories. That is the plan really. I got a few games in Dallas. Dallas is really opening game can be as well.
What do you think about cricket in the US?
I think
in terms of audience.
I think in terms of audience, I ain't sure, but I think it's building as a sport, as a recreational sport at least. I remember when I was in Brooklyn last May. Yeah, I saw a few instances where I thought it was baseball and it looked like people is actually cricket. So the audience is building in terms of the playing audience, people getting together and acting the sport. But in terms of people that want to watch it, I ain't so sure. But I guess we will see come June how the attendance is. Look, I don't think we can got sellout stadiums in any of the three places. Any of the three places in the States the game's gonna be in Florida, Dallas, and New York. I don't think we ain't got full house like how we have in the Caribbean. And I think even mostly people that travel in the English, Pakistan, whatever, they won't come to the Caribbean. They come in to watch cricket in Dallas. So, so I think that's more for the American audience. So we got to see how that goes. But I think it would be nice for a regional media house to cover the games at one of the American venues, just to really see the vibe and the atmosphere around the game.
Who do you have? The world. I know you're a big cricket man though.
No. Who I got to win?
Yeah.
England. Destinies. Australia. I know. I want people that...
The winners are us? We're the real winners?
Who's that? The real winners are the Barbadian people and the Barbadian economy. The Caribbean economy. Forgetting this whole World Cup. So yeah, big at yourself. Big at yourself, Lovell.
Respect.
It's nice having you.
This is my first time in Roots Jungle.
Yeah, your first time. So I can't even say welcome, but welcome to the studio part. And you had a good time?
Yeah.
I had a good time as well. Right. So you come back?
For sure.
Superb. Easy man to edit the reels and thing and do all the fancy stuff for the men. Very talented, great young man. This has been another episode of King Roots Jungle starring King Roots and the Roots Federation. Big up my guy here, Akeel Lovell. He'll be back again soon, and I'll be back again soon. Big up yourself.